if this could be a 2-0 or if we're going the distance.
Yep, we'll find out now, and here as we hop into Nuke, it's Boss on the T side of their map. Pick expected there. Evil Geniuses on the CT side. Will there be dual Berettas? Yes, indeed, it'll be George to hold on to a pair of dual elites. Hexed with the other, Walker with a flash, no kit for the CT side. Something we've seen often from EG is this double raid boss setup on the dual Berettas. Double P250s though for Boss to counter Wolfie and Cryptic with Darty on the flashbang. Freshie dropping over the utility and the equipment. And some contact at her yard. Automatic behind Unbreakable has some support from Walko up top, but it's automatic to dome the first, and Darty drops down. Rotation into Secret has been read, and George is here to try and defend. Nobody's going to push him and clear out single door unless the bomb goes alone.
No.
At last, this could be horrible for Boss, but they win that fight instead, and that is a big opening.
Yeah, that's a big bit of a gulp here right now for George, that he needed to get that kill, and he had it on a silver platter. Leading it now, just a couple players remaining. There's even Wolfie able to find another kill with a P250. So this is looking like a bit of an issue right now for EG. You can already see Hex is already down to 23 HP. Walko down to 61. They don't even have kits right now. They got some armor, but again, not a lot of utility. They have one flashbang to work with in this post plant. And Boss, look at this. They are just holding ground. They are not moving a muscle. They are staying put. They don't want to give up any sort of an angle.
And the time is running out. In they go. Cryptic destroyed by the low HP Hex. Walko domes Wolfie. But there's still two alive for Boss, and time is on their side. Hex is on it. Brett opens and closes, but Walko there for another. So does Freshie fall. And EG will have a defuse in the nick of time here and win a pistol round on the B side. A retake, it comes down to the wire, but they claim it in the end. Round one to EG. But the bomb plant might just entice Boss to go for a force buy. Galil, Wolfie can go AK and armor, or save for an op in round 3, and that might be something that stems the tide. No, Boss want rounds, and they want them now. Galil's on 3, no helmet for Brett. Tech 9 util for Freshie. Wolfie with that AK armor. Rifles up for EG, though. Only George on the SMG. This one's going to be scrappy.
Yeah, this is going to be a scrappy round because, again, there's so much money invested right now. Wolfie's already taken down a significant amount of damage so early on in the round. So there's a lot of pressure for both these teams because, again, if Boss can find this round, they're just going to, again, kibosh the whole money situation right now for EG. But, again, EG, if they can find this, they put them in themselves in a 2-0 lead. But also, it's going to make it more problematic for Boss. But things slow down. No more hectic moments. Things are just going to be cool, calm, and collected for the time being. But utility, again, Boggs, it's limited right now from Boss. You have a flash and a molly on Freshie, Brett with one smoke. So this is going to be about relying on fragging ability, and that's what we saw in the previous round from EG.
Yeah, fragging ability can carry a team, but it's not going to get you successful rounds consistently. That's the problem. It might work here, there in isolation, but it's not going to be something that you can rely on to give you victories. Walko might just get timing too. He might have a pixel angle on the cross.
I think he does, yeah. As soon as he sees... Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. Is that clean Walko? Oh, that's a good molly. Look at that clean up. That's a double bomb is just going to be put right in front of him. And Boss now, they have to push through this smoke. Scout's going to be missed. Junior trying to do what he can. He actually makes almost a bit of a collat. He's trying to see what he can find. Wolfie, wounded. He's limping on this. And now EG, they're coming in from the back lines. This is just an issue. Where on earth is Brett? And now he's coming in from outside.
Yeah, all three players going rampant. Wolfie knows that he's going to play the headshot. Angle sprays away. Jumping George will get the MP9 kill. And Brett has just called it quits with 4 seconds to go up the ladder and as far away from the offending CTs as he can be. 2-0 start for EG, though a solid start here on their CT half, but they have to be more consistent and get things over the line for a longer period before they can really convince themselves and others of their long-term success. This is about as ideal of a start as it can have, though. Win the first round pistol, win that anti-force buy, get into round number 3, win it clean, and then you're on the road for some CT success. Boss looking a little unconvincing when it comes to the actual execution last.
Yeah, to be honest, it's been a little lackluster. They haven't really looked, really confident in what they want to do on this. So it's making me a little bit nervous, but they're just going to try to go for the old inner pop here. They're going to try to get this bomb down, but instead, it's just a full massacre from George. He's just having a field day to find himself 2 more. An easy pickup, a triple kill coming in from him and Boss. They don't even find a bomb plant, but I mean, they do got some money. The only player that's really in the big effect right now is going to be Brett. So for him, he's going to, equip the MAC-10. This makes a lot of sense. So he's going to be the first point of contact. But again, another critical round. And they need to slow down this momentum from EG quick.
Yeah, the Krieg out for Wolfie. No op for either side. MAC-10 for Brett. And if Boss want to get something out of this half early, they got to start now. This round not quite imperative, but it's getting pretty close. I mean, it's only MR12 halves now in Les. It's not the 15-round halves that we've seen since, what, 2011? So
yeah, even before that, man, it's been forever, but
yeah,
love it.
Well, wasn't it MR12 back in the CPL days?
There was a period, yes. For all the OGs and the boomers like me, they'll know what I'm talking about. Never forget.
I wonder how many people actually get that reference.
I really hope so. Well, if there's any boomers in the chat, please let me know. It'll make me feel more welcome and not alone.
I only know the lore, and only a little bit.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. But a lot of patience coming in from Boss on this. I mean, now you can start to see the nades are coming in just slowly and surely. Some good utility still being preserved. I actually like that they're kind of holding on to this. Time now with 50 seconds. They're going to rush into ramp. They have control of this. So good real estate being gained, and they're actually not even going to mess around. They're going to commit to this. I was thinking they might just try to hold off on this. EG are already on the rotates. Molly's coming in. George needs to be able to find these kills, and that's a good start.
Even
just making it more.
Yeah. Picks up the third, automatic with the cleanup job. What a performance from George in control room. That is a stand-up play from him, and, well, he's topped the scoreboard, and deservedly so.
It's like what you talked about in the pre-show, right? I mean, this is a player that, he was from previous teams. He was definitely one of the biggest fraggers, somebody that, a lot of eyes on him, and now we're starting to see what he's able to do. And I mean, he's sitting at a 7-2, and that round alone, again, the impact is just so much to take in because he was able to find 2 opening duels and he barely took any sliver damage.
Yeah, just great duels from George. Automatic coming in to help, but his help was kind of a little bit unnecessary at that point. I mean, it was just getting the last couple of remaining players while George did all the rest. His pistol's up for Boss now. And a mini split here. George is in a good spot. He's working up a couple quick kills come through, and George only able to get 1 before Darty can dome him with the tech. Molotov into heaven. Re-Molotov onto site. Way too late. The bomb's gone down.
Oh, Junior. A lot of hesitation too, right? I mean, again, he's got 1 flash that he can work with here. His teammates just below him. The question is, what do they want to go for, though, right? I mean, he could throw this flash into sight so that he can swing onto this for Walco. But Walco has to be able to find this kill. He's giving up a little bit of noise cue, so they know he's there. But time is dwindling, and actually now I think they might just try to go for the exits, realizing this isn't going to be worth it. Boss, they're going to get out of here. They're going to hightail. No way. No way they're going to go for this attempt right now. They're actually going to try to commit. Knifes out to a gunfight, and Walco, he's going to hit the grave. And Boss, they take an eco round to get themselves on the board.
Oh, yeah. A huge eco round. Well, not really eco, but
yeah,
it's that half-buy victory. Just the pistols up. And the fast double entry really solidified their opportunity. They seized it with that follow-up onto George at Eason. And after that point, it was just a run around for Boss. A critical round to get back on the board. And they've also got close to breaking the EG economy. There's not much left over for EG, and as a matter of fact, Les, they do not own a single defuse kit, despite Junior having now 1550 after that op kill, and he does get away with that first as Automatic gets tagged down low. Junior trying to take out our yard control by his lonesome. Wolfie takes some damage as well on a spam, but no real return kills just yet for Bosses. There's still a lot of time to work with, but Junior has kind of put them in a rough spot where they don't have much more the outer yard control, and now they have to try something else with a lot less utility and a little less time.
Well, and it's such a good comment you made too, because again, the fact that their utility's low, their money's not the greatest. I mean, EG realized let's try to be a playmaker here. Let's find something to get an opening. And the fact that Junior gets really aggressive, able to find that first opening duel, then able to fall back. He doesn't even take any damage. It was automatic. And now Boss are kind of again scratching their heads what they have to do. George spamming. He's trying to do what he can, but players have actually been able to make it through vent. So now this is a bit more attention on Walco, but look at the position he's in. This could be everything. He could deny this plant, but no! Oh my goodness, Freshie, he's able to find it.
That's huge from Freshie. He needed that kill. It saves the bomb plant and sets up a 4v3 retake, but Automatic is so low. EG kind of have a bit more of a timetable pushed up on them now. Automatic might not even be attempting this at all. He's still kind of outer yard up on the A site now, but utility's coming through. They're going to go for at least 3 men on the retake. Wolfie holding vents. Automatic may drop down. Red spots out the op of Junior and takes him out with one swift shot on the taps. Just that pre-fired little pre-aim tap strafe. And there's Freshie for another. Can he do enough? Yes, he has. Wolfie's going down with the ship. George may survive with the opposite. Should slip through the ramp. Automatic falls as well. The 2 in a row for Boss. And now the money shattered for Evil Geniuses. Junior may get that op drop back from George, as he could buy some armor as well. George will get some sort of pistol. Hex goes for an MP9. Should drop that over to George, actually. Wait, are they forcing around the op?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. This is
risky.
risky.
It is risky. I don't hate it because I think, again, you can still work around the op. It's going to go into Junior. George actually able to force up with an M4. No utility really to work with, but again, his firepower has just been enough alone. Look at this Hex. Look at Hex. Look what he's doing. What are you doing? You're not allowed to do that. He's just pushing in the lobby. And Automatic able to help him out too. I have no idea what's going on. We're doing a quick speed round run, apparently, and a bit of a DM session, and now Boss, they got to figure what to do differently, and you can even see players are going in secret. They have no idea. Junior misses the shot, Boggs. What is happening?
A lot of running, a lot of swinging, a lot of fast-paced play. It is hyper-aggression coming out from both sides here, Laz. And it's only going to get more and more aggressive from here on out as the retake has to come through. 2v3, no kit for EG, Automatic and George. And Automatic caught on the edge of the smoke, Cryptic with a nice little spray, and Hexed just full-on bum rush into lobby. That started things off, at least with some sort of control for the Evil Geniuses. This all ended up for naught. George will save the M4. The 4-spy crumbles like pie crust. And it's Boss to bring this to within 1, a 3-round streak that all started with that half-buy mini swing. They do lose Cryptic, but their money will be able to weather it, although it's still not great. Neither team has a lot of residual cash.
No, they really don't. But, again, that round, just for round 7, the previous one, like, again, like EG had the right idea. They do a lobby crunch. They actually find, I think the first opening duels in their favor, and then it just fell apart, like you said. And that's the kind of the weird thing, but a good amount of work coming in from Boston. Good response on that hectic play. I mean, that's where a lot of teams can really crumble to the pressure. But instead, they bring it back. They win the round pretty convincingly since then. And now is a 3-on-5 to start things off the gate. And now we're going to have to see what EG want to do. And again, they have to go for a full save. George is the only player that was able to save his rifle. So a lot more riding on him. A couple, a Deagle and a P250 to complement the rifle, I guess, if you want to say that. But now, I mean, this is a big opportunity for Boss to bring things back to a tie.
It's a huge opportunity, and they should. They have no excuse to lose this round. George will make a case for it, though, as he wins the first fight clean. A4 sprays to the stomach, goes for a second, and they're just swinging one by one, aren't they? One by one, and we all know how that ends, folks. Never good.
Hey, you don't want a one-on-one swing. This is not the play. Oh, no, and it's happening again. And George, he's just getting gifted these. He single-handedly is sitting on a triple kill right now.
And he hasn't moved.
He hasn't moved a spot. He's just been sitting in mini, and he's having a field day, and he's thinking, all right, sure, why not? I'll have 14 kills. Keep coming at me.
Yeah, feed me. If he aces this round, I don't know. But he's got 4.
He's got 4.
And he knows what the last is, too. He's heard the drop, and now Cryptic's made contact outside. Hex will steal the ace, but I don't think George cares. He's done way more than enough in that singular mini hold. It was good individual fights from George, but let's not pump this up to what it wasn't. That was Boss just walking into his angle one by one. No utility, nothing to try and clear him out. Just taking dry swing fights. What do you expect to happen?
Well, exactly. I mean, that's going to get the blood flowing a little bit here and right now, especially for EG and George. He's sitting at a 15-3, but that round is a great example of teams kind of overthinking. And Junior, he gets a good shot here on the Cryptic's leg. The nade will do the job. Junior looking for more. Okay, he's a bit of a headhunter, and now he's got himself a double. I'm not sure if he spotted Brett. You can just see it right on the tip there. Oh my goodness, and he's just having a bit of a time right now. Not an easy shot to make.
No, the first one was spectacular. I don't know if he'll get another one, as Brett's just going to keep on taking pot shots at him. Doherty with a bit of an off angle from Africa, but the Tech 9 to that range is not going to be good anyways. Automatic will finish. George on the flank gets up to 16-3, and that'll be 6 on the board for EG now. Last 3 rounds of the half. Timeout technical will be the issue, so I'm not sure when we'll get back to this one. Hopefully pretty quickly. But it seems there is some sort of mechanical or otherwise issue going on with this one. But just to go back to that George 4K from Mini. Of all the players to peak like that in this server, George is probably one of the worst to do that against.
Yeah.
He's an anchor player.
He is. I'm glad you said it. That's the thing. It's like, why go against George on 1v1 situations like that? You're gonna have a bad time.
Also, you know that's the one rifle.
Well, exactly. They could have, again, that's where I think the overthinking happened, and the communication was just not there, because what they should have known is they know that there was only one player that saved the rifle, and the rest should be on light pistols. So let's go where the rifle is not. But instead, they tried to test it.
I mean, go where the rifle is not is always a great strat.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you're playing a pug, whether you're playing Face It, whether you're playing in an actual league, go where the one rifle is not is usually a recipe for success. So, for all of you future pros out there. Oh, a lineup opportunity for Junior, but he only gets the one. Freshie swings in, and he will win that duel clean against Automatic. Big miss from Tim, but Freshie, a little take advantage of the peeker's advantage, and George will climb down the ladder in towards B. Get your gun out, George, but I just get caught. How does he slip through? Cryptic doesn't spot him, but he's got the right idea, and he'll win with 2. All up to Hex and Walco, and I don't think there's going to be much of a retake on here for EG. They should probably, no, they got money. They can go for it. Might as well. Do your damage.
Yeah, they definitely can, and they do have the kit right now onto Hex, so, he actually does try to commit to that fight on the planter, but it's not going to be a kill, but it's all good now. And I mean, I guess for Walco, I mean, this is about just getting some damage, just finding some exits. Maybe he's able to find 1, but now he's still got 3 more to go. Cryptic just here on the right-hand side, and we'll get the job done. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to pick up this op. I don't think they will. They will not. So, Boss are going to keep the rifles in hand, and again, kind of a weird, unorthodox round, like coming in from Boss. Like, they just find these picks, and then they just work off the pick right away, which you love to see, but it's a little bit weird from EG, because it just seems like, how are you losing these positions?
Yeah, I mean, there's been rounds where Boss have just completely just swung out and won the duels, and then they swing out into George and die.
Yep.
He's the only one actually winning fights consistently. Nobody else in his team is having the same sort of impact and effect on the game.
No, I mean, even numbers alone, they're all sitting at like 6 kills each, right? Yeah. So that's a good thing to see about teamwork. But again, like you said, Junior's just been strides ahead right now in terms of everybody on the team.
Yeah, 6-5, 6-6. Well, Junior will make it 7 for himself, but he had George right there for backup too. Still, EG looking for an 8-4 half here, and they're starting it off well. The Hex almost getting a pair. George gets burned out of position, and that is exactly how you deal with an anchor player. You flush him out into the open. Walko will take down Wolfie. In the meantime, Automatic's got a freebie on the backstab on Cryptic, and Brett on 18 HP can do nothing to save this round. Better late than never, but that is a lesson learned potentially far too late, because, well, this could have been a tie game or even a lead for Boss. And instead, it's just Brett trying to do damage.
Yeah, and Brett right now, he's got 40 seconds, so not a lot of HP, no utility. He's just hoping. Oh, and even Automatic, look at that. He's getting a little bit sneaky on that. He's just, again, trying to toy with him. So now position is compromised. These guys are just going to sit on the bomb. Brett either decides to go for the fight or just save this rifle. I mean, he's only got 20 seconds, and I mean, this doesn't make any sense for him to go for it now. He's got to keep the AK, and there we go. He's finally going to do it, realizing what he's got to do, and we're going to that last round.
Yep, last round of the first half, it always sneaks up on you. But a 7-5 best case scenario for Boss is both all right, and at the same time, it could have been so much better.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this in the pre-show, but again, for anybody that is just tuning in, I mean, this is Boss's pick, right? I mean, this is what they want. For them, again, their T side, I mean, it's a decent win percentage, but their CT really is the moneymaker. So if we can see a 7-5, like you said, this could be a really good start for Boss to move over to that CT side where EG, this isn't a map they like to play. They're 3-7 on it. They've only had one win in the last recent, and then they've been on a losing streak ever since. So we'll see what comes in.
Automatic outside has a couple mini smokes to deal with. I think that was supposed to be a front mini smoke, but it didn't bloom entirely right, because it's usually either thrown in conjunction with a deeper smoke for that little angular cross outside. Oh, they're going to go through it into a site. Automatic goes 1 for 1. Hexed on Tetris only knocks down one, but George back sight adds another. Juniors come through. The Guardian Angel up top in heaven makes it an 8-4 half as we hit the break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here for the second half of map number 1, EG versus Boss, and now we get to see if this is going to be a big Boss play or if it's going to be the evil geniuses that prevail. Laz and Boggs walk you through it.
And Wolfie to Dome 1 on the entry. Automatic walks outside and walks straight into a grave. Drop down from Hex will take out Brett, and Wolfie gets traded out by Walco. Finally, A site now open. And the bomb plan should be forthcoming here from the Evil Geniuses. Junior making his way through lobby. Sat down by Cryptic. Hexed out in Mini. Not cleared by Freshy. Freshy! That's a basic angle, son. You gotta check that. Cryptic comes in with another. Darty with a brilliant shot. Walco backside. Just needs 2 taps of his own. Darty, though. A dirty one. And Boss, with a pistol round that needed to win, converted in their favor.
Yeah, wow, okay. We're going to see a lot of, just a lot of big duels coming into effect. And Cryptic and Darty, I mean, the fact that the each are able to find themselves too, I mean, it was a little worrisome too because Freshy's not clearing corners. And I was like, okay, this is problematic. This thing's falling apart quickly. But I don't know how they do it. But they also fault the exact same thing EG did on the first pistol. They don't have kits, barely any utility, and they just win with the gunfights. And Boggs, I know you're a big fan of those dualies, and it came out. We got to see a little bit of action.
Yeah. Now we get some force by action here.
I like that. Good call, though.
Yeah.
With the bomb plan, too.
And if they can win the force, then they set themselves up for the game. But if they lose the force, this gets a little tighter, but they're not really in a worse position than they were before. At least it gets to a tie ball game. But Boss are going to need a monstrous CT side here if they're going to get anything out of this first map.
Oh, they're going to reaggress.
He's on the angle.
Oh. These are big pickups. And I mean, the fact that even Wolfie gets taken out right away, I mean, but look at the trades that came in. 2 for the price of 1. Yes, please, here for Boss. And this is a better positioning. And Automatic, he's actually creeping through, and he might be able to win this duel, and he does. But again, the trades are evident right now with Brett. I don't know what he's doing, but it'll work. And now leaving it to George on a 1v2. And he gets gifted a kill on the Freshy too. What is going on with this round, Boggs? Help me.
I would help you, but I'd first need to help myself, and I don't know.
Like we went on our classic little tangent, the Boggs last tangent. We're like, look, hey pro gamers, don't one-on-one peek things, and we just got to see it again on the second half, where we saw before it was George that put himself in a 4K, but oh yikes.
And that was a deco from EG, and if Boss go 1 by 1, they very well might get dink, doink, bank, bonk, point, and just taken down. Oh, there's one!
Yeah, that's a start. That's a way to make a statement into this next round here in round number 15. And Aid's coming in. Not really a lot of damage, but Hex actually does take a pretty big brunt of it now. Him and Junior pretty much neck and neck in terms of the HP department. And again, EG still have all 5 alive. And we've now seen Boss losing 2. Freshy gets a gifted an easy one. I don't know what Automatic's looking for, but you can see EG, they've fallen back on this plan. There's some good control coming in from George. And oh my goodness, there's so much real estate.
It's free real estate right now, but Darty has just recovered the bomb in lobby. And that means, well, there might be some real estate holdings for the Evil Geniuses, but they don't have any buildings on it, so it's just open land. It's open country, Les. So yeah, it's still worth something, but is it actually going to make you anything? No. George left alone in a 1v3. Boss just congregating around the bomb. We'll just wait it out. No reason to aggress against the pistol. Not even a free gun for George to pick up outside either, which is a bit unlucky. He's going hunting for that. That's what he's been doing out here, and nothing. And probably a trip down the river Styx not too far ahead.
Yeah, and I don't really know if it's worth for him to stay alive too. So I mean, for him, he's just going to look for a kill. He might be able to get this timing. No, Darty gets in time. Good response coming back from Boss, though. I mean, now again, things started off really well from EG, able to find those first opening picks. I mean, Junior was the one that was just getting a swing with the deagle, and it was looking pretty good with Automatic even finding one. But then again, Boss, they just find these ways to get the timings of these gunfights, and they found themselves, you know, down in a 3v5 and brought it back to win it. So now we're talking a 1-round differential to tie this thing back up, and EG finally have themselves a full inventory of the old rifles.
No ops. We have not seen many ops here on Nuke, which is not too uncommon. I mean, it's not the most op-friendly map in the world, especially on T side. CTs, you got outside, you got ramp, but other than that, it's not exactly the best map for opping. Lots of utility used on those smokes very early, though, Laz, and that's 2 HGs that they won't get back for 0 information.
Yeah, it almost kind of feels like they were expecting them to really just go for this fast, and that's why they went for the double HE. But again, I agree with you. I don't know why they didn't just space it out a bit more. But I mean, they don't really gain anything from it except for the fact they didn't cross. But now, I mean, I guess the only thing is EG. They still have utility where they could, you know, use it to cross again if they want, but they're just waiting things out, taking this way more slow. We're already past the minute mark. So 54 seconds remaining in this round, and finally they're going to cross. Cryptic, he didn't even get that timing. So again, he's not able to get this information. Wolfie should be able to have that sound cue, though.
Oh, they're making so much noise. This has to be heard. Freshy's making his way onto the scaffolding. Brett, meantime, goes down. Freshy in the middle of the open, sprays away one, but Junior right there for the refrag. Hext coming through. Cryptic down the ramp. Hext has a chance to backstab. Junior might lose the bomb here, though, and he loses it in the fence. That's a critical kill for Wolfie to find. A rifle for the Opper, and maybe even a second onto automatic, too. This play from Wolfie down secret has been a massive boon. Darty up top on A eliminates Hext. It's all up to Walco now in a 1v3 with no time on the clock, and the in-game leader walks into the waiting arms of Cryptic. It's 8-8, 4 rounds straight on the CT side for Boss. And if we thought that Boss's T side was a bit rough-ski, I think EG's shaping up to be even more so.
Ain't that the truth? And that's what I was talking about too. So we are going to see a timeout coming in from EG, and rightfully so. I mean, this is now where they had a big lead. There's an 8-4, like you said. They have lost 4 rounds consecutive now. Boss have put themselves in the tie game position. And I said this before, right on the beginning of the first half, is this is a side where for Boss, CT side is the moneymaker, and it's definitely starting to print some green here. So this is where we're going to have to see if they can keep this momentum moving. We talked about no ops. It's going to be Wolfie now, fully equipped. We said there's a lot of pressure for him to be able to, you know, be lights out in this situation against someone like Junior. And now, I mean, this isn't going to be the round to prove the op and op, but again, we'll have to see what he can bring to the table with the big green.
And against the Pistols, too, it might not be the best time to pull this out, because you think an outside rush or a ramp push with the Pistols, where the op is most likely to be, you can get overwhelmed very quickly, especially the way the op works in CS2. It's so much more difficult to get multi-kills with it. And we'll see what Wolfie can find here. He's over towards ramp. At least he won't get rushed just yet, but he said it's a good flash for Cryptic.
Good flash.
I'm not too sure what he was looking for, but he's looking the wrong way. Regardless, George is 2. Freshy, how does Freshy get a double up from that play?
I don't even know what's happening right now, because again, it's just back and forth we go with the trades, and all of a sudden it's down to a 1v1. And I talked about this. It's Wolfie versus Junior, an op versus a pistol. Junior able to get himself a rifle, but he gets taken out in the back with the op, and Wolfie will be able to keep this consecutive streak alive. 5 rounds in a row. Boss, they make it pretty sloppy, but it's gonna pan out for him just barely.
That was a very chaotic round. I mean,
yeah.
You have the push through A, you have, I think that was Darty who just got caught out in mini, looking the wrong way. Then Freshy pops through the smoke and gets 2 somehow. Wolfie comes through heaven with some big op kills. That's huge from him on the op, and that's exactly what Boss need from their opper as well. That sort of consistency and stability, that saving grace, the guardian angel. And now he's going to take his talents outer yard up at red. This is a hyper-aggressive angle for him, too. Doesn't really have anybody with him either. He's got to be careful for that flank. He's on it, and automatic walks right into that scope. He has not had the most impactful game as of yet. Cryptic with a double up as well. He burns alive, and it's a 2v3. George one tap as he's almost out of ammo, but he might have more kills in him. As Wolfie's on the other edge, he reloads. Lets Wolfie know where he is. He runs through the smoke. Wolfie no scope on the George. Junior sprays. It's not going to connect. And the one tap on the Freshie to finish it off. The first round for EG is a hero play from Junior. The 1v2, the 180 flick. Holy cow, Junior goes for the op, but I almost want to see him on the rifle.
Count your lucky stars, EG fans, because yeah, Junior makes a big play. He's able to put the rifle to work, something we weren't really expecting. The one taps and just the rifle control single-handedly allows EG to keep themselves alive in this game with a tie situation with the 9-9. I cannot believe what we saw there. I'm definitely gonna have to pull this back and see. And now even Boss, they're gonna get a little bit more aggressive and they're gonna try to crunch this. They only got pistols to work with, and look at that utility damage alone.
Oh yeah, great damage in from the here. Walco just adding more on the sprays. Needs to be careful not to give up a rifle here outside. And he will not get. Only Wolfie left, and he will fall. Clean second round in a row from EG. They make the most of that nice little bit of riflery from Junior. And Boss. They're back on the buy again. A timeout here would not be a bad idea, though. And man, that is one of the fastest momentum swings I've seen in a while.
And just when they needed it, right? I mean, that's the thing. Like you said, you never. Again, there's nothing to discredit for Junior and his rifling abilities, but I just wasn't expecting it in a round like that.
Yeah.
The fact that he's able to find those one taps, and again, like people pushing through smokes, it's just like, just chaos was one word I guess we'll use for it.
Pandemonium.
Pandemonium. Well, I mean, even more because look at a player's already made it through into mini. Darty, he's actually in this smoke, and I don't think they're going to expect this. And there it is, a little bit of a ninja play, and he finds himself Wolco's head right into the cranium. And now Boss have finally put themselves into a position where they're winning these duels. They have the 5-on-3 advantage. George going to be creeping through into Hut. He's going to be able to find the one. Can he find this second? But he doesn't get that ability to see it. Good amount of lurk coming in though, Boggs. This is a bit of an unorthodox positioning.
Only Junior on the B site, and that's a problem because if Boss actually went for the retake fast, they can get the defuse free. Darty's going to creep down the vents, and George is not going to spot him. Automatic running into secret tunnels. Junior watching vents, though. There's Darty caught 3v3 now. His time's almost out. They've got to run. Cryptic into the op scope of Junior, who's pulling off more and more. Goes back for extra. Freshie takes him down, but time too far gone. Nade will finish him off, whether it's the nade or the bomb. That'll just soften him up enough. George barely survives. There's that bomb radius coming into play, Les. But EG up to 11, and now they are knocking on the door of victory. Penultimate map point on the pick of Boss, who have nothing in the tank in terms of a buy, just the op in the hands of Wolfie. And pistols on everybody else. Evil geniuses, and Junior in particular, pushing it forward to a potential map 1 win here for the team in Muster.
Well, and I mean, again, I would say normally, with somebody with the biggest rifle here, or, the op being on the board here for Boss, he's kind of the player in the driving seat, but that's not even necessarily going to be true too, because I feel like we've seen some crazy rounds from Freshie, able to find some double kills, but he's sitting on a USP, right? Cryptic, yeah, again, is somebody that's been able to do it too, but this is definitely going to help a lot if Wolfie's going to be able to find some kills. Right now, he might get overwhelmed by 2 players if he doesn't win this swing, but Automatic's just going to crab walk into it, so Wolfie gets one, spots a player's shoulder, a beautiful shot, so now this op is just starting to sing.
The ops have an impact, and this might turn the tide. There's still a lot more work to do as Hext is holding for a push. Wolfie's found 3. Is he going to have a George moment now? Brett comes through. Wolfie finally eliminated by Junior, but he's in a 1v4. He's got the bomb. And he already has 1 hero moment under his belt. Can he make it 2? George has done a lot, especially on that CT side. Junior's turn now with the Kalashnikov in hand. Brett's on the angle, crouched. It's a bit of an off angle. Will Junior expect this? Now Brett stands up. Junior, good, crisp flick down. 1v3. Make some noise ramp, trying to bait out more pushes from the boss side.
Oh, he's got the
They're
noise.
congregating on A. One lurker down B in Cryptic. Freshie with the op in his hands. Darty on site under Silo. It all comes down to timing and info. He spotted up the first wild spray. Op's going to peek out. And that will end it. Wolfie with a massive three-piece. And that'll get Boss a lifeline back into this map. It keeps EG off map point. And it gets Boss a critical round victory. Some money for guns. And EG with an awkward economy of their own to manage.
Yeah, and in this kind of a position too with 11-10, I mean, again, they can decide if they want to commit to the rifles around it. Yeah, and Junior's gonna fully spend the money, deplete the bank account. The savings are gone, $5,400, and now they're just gonna try to work around it as much as they can. I don't really blame this. I mean, it's a bit risky, but they got to do something here. Risk it to get the biscuit, I guess, right? And now the ops are going to be going against each other. Junior waiting things out outside. Wolfie was kind of contesting this, still on the backside of a garage. Now everything is at a halt. Nobody is, again, able to find a victim as of yet. Waiting things out. And Junior does win the op engagement. Takes him out now. So a big threat is removed. But how much can he capitalize on it? And it's short-lived. Cryptic with a big reply back.
That's a huge one from Cryptic at Unbreakable. Freshie now at a ramp. Holds the line with the A1S. They double swing him, but he's not blinded. So it's a relatively easy to spray down for him. Walco and Automatic left alive. Automatic with that op in hand. Walco just a P250 in the smoke, both out towards the lobby area. And there should not be a hunt here from Boss. Hold your sights. Do not go aggressive. Do not give an extra kill or gun over to the T side. 11-11 should be the scoreline. But this has been a very flip-floppy game.
Yes, it is. And I know you said 11-11 should be, and yes, should be, but we don't know yet. But I mean, if for EG, there is absolutely no reason right now for Automatic to be too risky with this. I mean, right now they got 25 seconds. They are going to actually gamble this. If they can find this kill, this could change everything. Freshie, actually, he runs out of ammo. He doesn't have enough bullets in the clip. Oh no, not like this. Surely not, but Automatic now, he has to be able to get these kills. He just misses the shot. Eagles are able to find one head, but it is going to be 11-11. I thought EG might have tried to save the op to preserve it for the next round, but instead they try to gamble it, and they got the money if they want to buy another one.
They've got cash, and they look to be going for the investment here. Junior is limited to a Galil. And he does not have anyone else joining him with a lesser rifle. Everybody else on AKs and utility swapping out here for EG to get some full belts across the board. They are now getting into some very awkward timing here. Laz, if they lose this round without a bomb plant, they're broke. Nothing in the bank. And Boss at map point.
Yeah. A lot is riding on EG, but doesn't absolutely. And that's the good start. And Automatic, he hasn't been able to find a lot of success. He's able to find himself two openers now. Darty manipulating the smoke, being a bit of a demon. Wolfie able to put the op to work as well. And now damage is more inflicted, but Automatic able to find the head, leaving it to Freshie alone. Meaning to pop heads, but instead it's going to be EG to push map point now with a 12-11.
Map point for EG. But will they actually find the map itself? It's been hard for both of these two teams to win consistent rounds, especially against the weaker buys. And this buy from Boss is certainly weak. Just the op for Wolfie, no utility there. A flash in the smoke is all they have overall. No kits, 2 5.7s, 2 MP9s, all kills, and Wolfie's already let go of the op. They know it's here. Freshie swings and Automatic will keep his teammate alive. Brett only good for one as the lobby crunch comes through. Cryptic has to be massive, but he's only ended up with the singular open. Still a man advantage for EG. They know where the two players are. Wolfie's peeking through Trophy, but he's seen nothing. Now he can pop. He goes for more, but Walco's waiting all up to Cryptic. Walco and Hex trying to finish the job. Walco will do it. It's 13-11 for Evil Geniuses to claim